Hi, it's Mims. So today we're going to be making shortbread. Super simple, definitely something you can do with the kids and really, really versatile. So I'm going to do two types of shortbread. I'm going to make some sprinkle shortbread and then a chai-ish shortbread. So I will show you how to make the base and then I'll show you the bit where we add the flavours. You can make lemon zest shortbread, that's really, really, really nice. You can make chocolate orange and you can do chocolate chip, loads and loads of options. So to start off with, you need a bowl with 100 grams of butter that's softened. And then you want 100 grams of plain flour. Just pop that in. And 50 grams of caster sugar. Bosh. So I'm just using a butter knife just to start mixing it in, just to avoid getting super sticky fingers. Just going to finish the rest with that, just with my hand. I'm just trying to get the texture of breadcrumbs, a little bit similar to with a crumble. This is definitely something you can get the little ones involved with. They'll really enjoy it, and it's just a really nice recipe that you can add anything to, pretty much. You'll notice the breadcrumby texture starts to kind of come together. Just want to make sure it's all combined. And once we've got quite a uniform mixture, we can add in our flavours. So this is going to be my sprinkle one. I love these Dr. Oetker unicorn confetti sprinkles. They're amazing. They're really brightly coloured. They're a mixture of hundreds and thousands and the sticky kind of ones, and then there's like little circles, stars. They're just really cute and they keep their colour, so it makes them really vibrant. So I'm just going to use what's left in this pot, and then I'm going to open a new one, pop that into, slippery fingers. Oh man, it's sealed! Hey. Right, I'm probably going to go with about a tablespoon and a half worth. Maybe closer to 2. Be fine. There we go. This will need a wipe later. Okay, then I'm just going to combine them, mix them in. These are really fun. They just add a really nice fun pop of colour to them. That's kind of combined into a ball, looks like this. And then the next one is going to be my chai one. So for that you need a 1/4 of a teaspoon of allspice, a 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 of a teaspoon of ginger, a 1/4 of a teaspoon of cloves, ground cloves, and then a 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground cardamom. Now we didn't have ground cardamom, but we did have cardamom pods, so I broke them up and then I mushed them up with a pestle and mortar, and the smell is so strong. So certainly don't be afraid if you have the pods and ground them up, because it just smells so fresh. And I don't know if that would have been the case if I had it already ground, so I definitely want to give it a go. So I'm just going to set this aside, and here's the one I made earlier. So we've got to the same stage as I did with the other one. I'm just going to add my mixture. So I've got all my spices here together, and then I'm putting them in. And then I'm going to combine them, form them into a ball as well. It's probably a bit more of a grown-up flavour. So you can have shortbread for the kids and shortbread for you. Although to be fair, I think my kids will love this flavour. I kind of did some similar ones a few weeks ago, but I didn't do the cardamom, so it was missing that part and they still loved it. So I'm sure they'll love the extra flavour there. Okay, so that's into a ball as well. Now what I'm going to do is just wash my hands, and then we're going to roll out the sprinkly shortbread, and then I'm going to roll out the chai-ish shortbread, and then we're going to pop them on a tray. So I'll do that bit now. Just going to go wash my hands first. Okay, so we're all ready to go now with the first batch of shortbread. So I'm going to pop a little bit of flour on my work area so it doesn't get stuck. Pop that to the side. I'm going to get my cookie cutter, which I've got here, and a tray. Okay, just going to pop my tray to the side. There we go. And I can pop them in as I go. Now you don't want to go too thin because shortbread isn't thin, it should be fairly chunky. It looks so pretty. Any sprinkles at all will do, they're absolutely fine. I just like these because they keep their colour quite well. So as I cut them, I'm just going to pop them on. To be fair, they could be thicker than this. It's all good. I always struggle to find sprinkles that will keep their colour when baked. So if you know of any that are good for that, let me know. These are definitely a firm favourite. But if you know of any that keep their colour well, please add it on the comments and I'll give them a go. I've had many a disappointing funfetti cupcake, and then when it's baked it's not really got any colour in it at all. Still tastes delicious, but it's just a bit of a pity. Okay. Now I'm just going to reshape the bits that we've got left. My mother-in-law absolutely loves these. They're one of her favourites. She really isn't keen on cinnamon, but she really likes these. So. I feel like I can do one more. I can probably fit one more in. Don't know how well it will shape, so I might just freehand one and pop it in somewhere. Them be a littler, they may be a bit crunchier, but then my husband really likes crunchy biscuits of any sort really, so I'm just going to pop them there. They can be for him, they can be sampling ones. Okay, so they're done. I'm just going to pop them to the side and get my next lot. So the reason I did the sprinkle ones first is because they don't really have any extra flavour that they might leave behind on the worktop, and I don't want to have to like clean my rolling pin and all the rest, whereas the chai ones do have quite a lot of strong flavours, and then that would affect the flavour of the others. I just don't want them to taste cinnamony specifically, so I don't want to spoil them for my mother-in-law. So I'm going to make these a slightly different shape. Or will that break up? No, I'm going to go same shape. You'll know the difference. One of them's got sprinkles. Just pop it on the tray. They don't spread too much, so it doesn't matter if they're a little bit close. This mixture smells incredible. It's so nice. Right. Okay, so I'm going to pop these to cool in the fridge, and I'm going to preheat the oven to 170 fan. My shortbread's been chilling and the oven's reached temperature, so I'm going to pop them in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the tray with the chai ones at the top, just because it's likely to be a little bit hotter on the top bit of the oven, and they're a little bit thicker, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to pop these underneath. They're going to be in there for between 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to set a timer for 17 minutes and see how we're doing then. That should be right. What you're looking for is for them to be golden. Okay, I'll pop them in. So they're cooked. I'll get them out of the oven and show them you. There we go. I'm going to carefully put them to cool, and I'll take some pictures of what they look like. They are smelling absolutely beautiful. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.